Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Two of Swords. Nine of Wands, Two of Cups. Okay. Having Two of Swords can be a time when it can be different perspectives. It can be something that feels like it hasn't come all the way together yet. You can feel like you haven't broken through to the other side. So this can feel like something is paused or something isn't moving, or there's a bit of a crossroads, or there are two kind of different narratives or different perspectives. And that's the thing that can feel challenging, because this can be, because we have swords here, it can be communication that feels like on a different page. It can be ideas that feel like they're on a different page. It can be you having one feeling and then having another feeling and feeling like they're sort of crossing one another, or thinking one thing and thinking another thing and feeling like they're crossing one another. And so it can kind of feel like there are two sides of something, and rather than it being walking down a single path, it can feel kind of like there's some type of commonality here, like something is being held between, but it feels like the truth is between these two sides of something, or that clarity is between two sides, or like what is being grasped is being held between two sides, kind of like polarities or something. And that the thing that these have in common and that they're holding is between the two of them. And so Two of Swords is eventually going to collapse into the Ace of Swords. So instead of there being like multiple realities or multiple things going on or multiple truths, it's kind of going to collapse into one, because there's just going to be that ultimate way. And then it will feel like on the same page. Like communication is clear, or we're on the same page, now we're seeing things in the same way, or I feel like I'm no longer at a crossroads anymore, that I've figured it out, or that I've made my choice or made my decision, or this other person can be on that same page. Having Nine of Wands is about this being challenging. When there's those blurred lines or that double vision there, or that this hasn't been totally reconciled yet, or this hasn't collapsed into being one, like right now it's still two, it's still those poles, or it's still that crossroads, working to get to the union that's going to be happening. That's what the challenge is, going from feeling like things are separate to then coming into one. And right now, that being the thing that's happening, where there can even be like a feeling of separation that's getting closer, and being in that space where you can feel like, I don't feel like I've totally gotten to the bottom of this, or I don't feel totally clear on this, or I'm not totally ready to make that choice. It's all of that stuff is sort of leading into there's going to be one ultimate way, one ultimate vision, where that will feel then like the merging happens. That is what's taking place currently. But that can also be the thing that feels most challenging, like the steps that we need to take in order for this to come together. But then I'm seeing the Two of Cups, so it actually shows this does come together, this does converge. And then I'm also seeing Six of Wands, which shows, I see the Six of Wands in this deck as being like, now we're finally out of that brush. So it feels like we can ascend now. Like that's not something that we're working through anymore. We've risen above it, meaning we've completed this. We've gotten out of the maze or figured the thing out, and now there is the moving to the next place. So this is no longer something that's sort of keeping you entangled or trapped within that. It's something that you are free of now. There's a sense of liberation, and having Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck is going to be that breakthrough. It's going to be that clarity. It's going to be that thing that was two before. Where there were options before, there's only one now. Choice, deciding. This can also too be about what you feel most connected with. Having Two of Cups there, because Two of Cups will be that this is home for me. This is that highest resonance for me. This can be what's still being figured out. Like I haven't totally seen that yet, or I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that too. Like which one is the right one? It's about getting to that point of feeling like there is that homecoming with the Two of Cups, and then feeling like there is an ability to move then out of that. Like it's not a thing so much anymore. This can also be about relationship choices, among other things. Doing the work, taking chances. I'm seeing the Fool here. Okay, I'm also seeing the Empress as well. When we have Uranus and we have Venus together, this can be things that sort of sometimes feel like they come out of nowhere, but it can also be being adventurous about what you feel connected to. I see Uranus as being, if you're being like most honest and most true to yourself about where you are and about how you feel, and willing to take that chance and take that risk if necessary, because that's just how you feel and so you need to do it. And then Venus being that thing that you want to move towards. It feels very much like you have your sights set on something. It's just about like making up your mind to really go for that. How the Fool, like this is your energy. Are you going to leave this branch and go over there to the next tree that you want to hop to? Is that something that you want to be doing here? And are you willing to test your wings out and to see? Because it feels like this is something that calls to you, it speaks to you, and this is where you want to be. So are you willing to do that? Move into the unfamiliar. Something even that feels a bit foreign to you. It seems too like this is also about taking initiative as well with what you want. But maybe also too needing to like make up your mind to really tune into what you're feeling. I wonder too if like from a logical perspective, or from a I'm trying to think as rationally as possible, it could lack the tuning into feeling that's needed here. Because this can be a choice that needs to be made that's connected with sort of what you've done already. Let's actually clarify. When you put your mastery to the test here, I'm seeing that it's really going to benefit you. Like everything that you've done supports this choice of yours. It just feels like it hasn't totally been done. Like the commitment of, this is what I've decided, this is where I'm gonna go. There's still that I'm not totally, like, you can still be on the fence when we have Two of Swords. Like, you can still be on the branch. It feels very much like you're seeing something, you're looking at something, but technically you're still there, but you're like kind of taking that step off. Like, are you really gonna go for it? And having that Two of Cups be the thing, this is something that you would feel like, I feel that sense of connection. I do want to go towards that. But what this can mean too is that if this is something that you feel connected with, this can be something that no longer feels that sense of connection. And so this can be a period of transition. And this can be something that was unexpected because we have Venus and Uranus there. The way that Uranus works is that it can be like out of nowhere, out of the blue, unexpectedly, there's a connection there, or you have this epiphany, or you really feel into what it is that you want, or something just really calls to you. And it can feel kind of like, this isn't what I was doing before, but this is my truth now. Because it's going to be connected with really the way that you feel, regardless of what has happened, what hasn't happened, right now in this moment, in that instant. In that instance, you feel like something becomes very obvious. Like it's right in front of your face and you want to so badly, so why wouldn't you go that way? And it can be just about being brave. Like that can really be the challenge. Taking the chance. Having this chapter that you want. I feel like all of this comes down to, like, are you willing to put yourself out there? Are you willing to move in the direction of something that you know is calling you that way? Or, because you have a choice here with the Two of Swords, it means, are you going to do it or are you not going to do it? It's like you can go towards this thing that you know is resonating with you and you know is calling to you, but it can feel like a challenge because there is vulnerability needed, because there is risk, because there is chance, because there is opportunity. But you kind of have to, it's going to be a leap of faith with the Fool. So you can do it. There will also be, like, maybe there's not a guarantee, but isn't it worth it to you though, if you know that this thing is speaking to you, to go in that direction? And you get to choose what motivates you, because the Fool is going to be motivated by feeling inspired and feeling drawn, feeling attracted because something feels aligned, going in that direction, or stopping yourself from doing so, not allowing yourself to do so. It will be an inhibiting energy. So which of those are you going to choose? And also to recognizing your position and taking initiative, because what's going to happen is that you can have a situation that you're not feeling particularly, it's not making so much sense to you anymore to be there. It can be something that you're familiar with, and simultaneously it can be something where it doesn't feel particularly inspiring to you. You may feel like it's not really meeting your needs. You can feel like it's kind of dry for you. Having that Two of Swords, I wonder if that's about acknowledging that and seeing like, this is the only way, this is the only option, is going towards this thing that you want to go towards. But you can be telling yourself, like, I could stay here and be comfortable, and that's one option. Or I could take a leap of faith and maybe be happier in a situation, or maybe feel like it's in deeper resonance with me, like it makes more sense to me. But this feels more so like, if we could just get to the bare bones of this, one option is the electric option that feels so obvious and clear for you to go in that direction. There's just risk involved, versus staying within something that I'm seeing the Eight of Cups. It looks like you don't even resonate with that on a deep level, not currently anyway. So this can be something that you feel like it sort of dried up for me, that situation, or what I need from it, it's not really producing that, it's not really giving that. And before you see things in that way, you can feel like you have two options. But once you see something as, I can stay somewhere that I don't feel that sense of fulfillment, I don't feel that sense of connection, I don't feel that sense of resonance, I would be choosing something that's out of resonance, or I would be choosing something that's potentially in resonance, and that's your choice what you want to do. But to really see it as what it is, you'd either be staying somewhere because it may feel safe, but you know it's not in resonance, versus choosing something that looks very promising and feels very promising. There's just a risk involved, and those are really the two options here. And I think seeing it like that can sort of help show you which one is the clear choice to be making, if you're really following your heart and really following what you feel within you. Because the Fool is going to say, this makes sense for me, and this is really what I want to be doing. And I'm tuned in with myself, and I'm connected with that cosmic wisdom that's guiding me in this direction. Or I can choose to ignore it, but I'm not going to be happy staying in this situation. But you ultimately get the choice, because we have that Two of Swords. But then when you look at it like that, does it really even seem like much of a choice? Like, sure, you get to make the final decision, but what type of choice would it be to really stop yourself from moving in that direction? Although, again, ultimately you get to decide what you want to do here, but it feels like a choice can be made, but it feels like there's really only one true viable option for you. At least if you want to feel connected to the rhythm of your path anyway. So it feels like it comes down to, I'm either going that way or I'm stopping myself from going that way, and those are the two options. And it's all on you, it's all your choice, because you're coming out as King of Wands and also Two of Swords, so you get to decide what you want to do here. A leap of faith is encouraged if you are willing to. The prospects of that being the way to go here. Ultimately, though, use your discernment, and you get to do what you want to do. And also, too, if you feel like, I'm not ready to take that big of a chance yet, or risk yet, or like I don't know about it, that's totally okay too. You get to do what you want to do here. It's your journey, it's your path, and really your say at the end of the day. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.